It is something of a miracle that the Mexican gray wolf is still around. By 1977, the government could only find 13 of them in New Mexico and Arizona. That's when the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service initiated a binational effort with Mexico to save them. It's also the year a UC San Diego biologist and his wife bought 50 acres of land here, a few miles outside of Julian. They also bought a couple of wolf puppies. The pack grew, and this land was eventually transformed into the California Wolf Center. In 1997, the Wolf Center joined the Mexican Gray Wolf Species Survival Plan. And now, a little more than 25 years later, a remarkable milestone has been reached. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service says in 2022, for the first time, the number of Mexican gray wolves counted in the wild surpassed 200, 241 to be exact, and there may be more that were missed in the count. The California Wolf Center can take some credit for being an integral part of that population rebound. It's been expanding its conservation efforts over the years. Teresa Kozin is the center's executive director.
A huge milestone, a 23% increase from a year before. It's a population that we're thrilled to know that there's that much of a population increase.
The population increase would not have been possible without years of hard work.
For a long time, it was in question whether or not it was going to work.
Sierra McIsaac is the Wolf Center's Wolf Care Coordinator. Part of her job entails leading tours of this special place. Getting people to get involved in the conservation of the Mexican gray wolf and wolves in general first means helping folks to get to know all about them.
We are in our Ambassador Mexican gray wolf habitat. We have 3 Mexican gray wolves for guests to view.
None of the wolves here are socialized. These ambassador wolves see humans on a regular basis, but there are others that are kept away from the public. They only see caretakers like McIsaac. That's because the goal for the Mexican gray wolves here is to be released back into the wild, with one caveat.
In the United States, we can't do adult releases. We can only do the cross-fostering of puppies. But in Mexico, they do adult releases. So our guys still have the potential to go out into Mexico and help the Mexican wolf population in Mexico.
But for all the wolves here, what McIsaac calls enrichment is important for both their physical and mental health.
And so that could be a food item, a scent item, something that they can physically interact with. So we'll see if they enjoy something a little bit different. But I also, it's lemon and ginger tea. But we also have some mint leaves. I have some food enrichment if we decide that we don't want any scent enrichments.
A passing interest is about all the wolves showed to the scent enrichment. But the fish-infused ice cubes, they were a hit.
We love a good fish sickle.
McIsaac then took us to another enclosure, this one the home of some permanent residents, a couple of the museum's North American gray wolves. They're an endangered species as well, but further along in their recovery than their Mexican gray cousins.
So Poppy and Yana are mother and daughter.
Poppy and Yana's food enrichment was raw chicken wings, a favorite of this mother-daughter pair. Along with caring for and breeding wolves here, Teresa Kozin says an important part of restoring wild wolf populations entails not only working with other wolf conservation programs, but also with ranchers.
Ranchers have a stake here too. They have land and they want the best for their cattle, so it's got to be a win-win for everybody.
Kozin admits it's a tough challenge, but she says progress is being made between the wolf conservation community and California ranchers. But for now, people like her, Sierra McIsaac, and everyone else who works toward the conservation of wolves is happy to celebrate a great achievement, the rebound of the Mexican gray wolf, once nearly extinct, but now on the road to recovery. John Carroll, KPBS News.